When you look in the mirror, who do you see? A mother? A daughter? A wife? A father? A son? A husband? Or do you just see you? Truth is, you weren't always a mother. You are only a mother because you had a child. You were not always a daughter. You were only a daughter because you were birthed. You were not always a wife. You were only a wife because you have a husband. So if everything you believe yourself to be is conditional and dependent on something outer, who really are you? A mother? A daughter? Or a wife? Many of us go through life not knowing how to answer this simple yet complicated question of who we really are. And so we are constantly creating identities for ourselves, consequently getting further and further away from knowing your true self. Until you realise your true self, you will go through life playing different roles to fit in with certain situations. Then there are roles that run much deeper than the daily life roles we play, such as people who define themselves as a very caring person or a very hard worker that can't seem to figure out why others don't work as hard. According to the pristine blog Psychology Today, if we take these self-identifiers and break them down, we usually find that the person who claims that they are very caring may be so overly caring because they have underlying guilt. The only reason they care so much is because they think if nobody else cares about this, it won't get done, and you can't have that happen. And sometimes, if we look into this even deeper, we find that this very caring person that is actually just very guilty actually resents having to care so much. So, at this point, which part of this individual is really them? Are they caring, guilty, or resenting? Or what about the very hard worker? Why are they working so hard? Do they fear not having the funds to pay for the life they want? Do they fear that everyone around them isn't capable of doing the job to their expectations? Or do they just need an escape from the life they have at home? And if we dive deeper into the situation of the hard worker, we may find that they actually resent having to work so hard and wish that everyone around them would pick up their slack. So, who is this individual? A hard worker? A lost soul? Or a control freak? And then there are the roles that people subconsciously play. For example, the victim role. This classic role refers to people going through their lives feeling victimized by the world and everyone in it, believing everything and everyone is out to get them. It is known in psychology that these people actually create a life for themselves that they are needed to play the victim, such as attracting abusive spouses, attracting disrespectful bosses, etc. So, are these people victims, or are they just role-playing that in their minds? Some people may even decide to change themselves, or should I say, their life roles entirely. This usually happens after a big life-changing event or crisis, such as the loss of a loved one, the changing of careers, or something as simple as having a baby. So, if our self-identity is based solely off of the roles we play, yet those roles we play are so easy to alter, then who are we if we're always changing? In fact, who are we is entirely conditional. The most important thing to keep in mind when asking yourself the question, who am I? Is that these roles are entirely fabricated and have little to do with who you are at a subconscious soul level. They're not the real person hiding behind all the roles we've attached to ourselves. These roles are actually disguises and distractions we learn to use at a very early age as a coping and defense mechanism. Once we realise that this coping mechanism can get us what we want or have people view us the way we want, we begin to use them as an identification for ourselves. For example, children know that if they are good little girls or boys for mummy, they will get a cookie after dinner. So now they know if they put on a good little girl or boy mask for a couple of hours before dinner by being helpful, good listeners, they will get what they want. They aren't necessarily helpful or good at listening. Most children aren't. but they can definitely play that role for a while to be rewarded. So in the end, the question, who am I, can be answered by saying, we are all made up of thoughts, patterned behaviours, opinions and feelings. And these things may and will change many times throughout our lives. Who we are is never quite set in stone, and even if you know yourself on a spiritual or soul level, you will always be learning and growing through life. The real question should be, who am I right now? Alright Psychos, that's it for today's video. Let us know in the comments below if you know who you are according to the information in today's video. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends and also subscribe to our channel for more Psycho videos. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.